Hi, I'm Lisa Sprinkle with Elevate Partners, a DHR international company. Elevate Partners advises clients on their leadership and talent management challenges. We help clients cut through the clutter, focus on the most important leadership attributes, skills, and behaviors, and gain alignment about what matters most. As part of our Future Leader series, we're meeting with Corey Distor, the General Director of the Opera San Jose, for a conversation about agility. Prior to her appointment in the fall of 2019, Corey enjoyed a successful career as a lyric soprano throughout North America, Europe, and Asia. She has been noted as one of the most, if not the most, innovative directors and has been reimagining the future of opera. Thank you for joining us, Corey.
Thank you, Lisa. It's a pleasure.
Thank you. So, Corey, prior to COVID-19, you were already introducing a bold new vision. How have you had to rethink your approach moving forward?
This has been so interesting. If you were going to imagine a virus that would be kryptonite for opera, it would be COVID-19. We know a lot about aerosols being a culprit for spreading. We know that the virus disproportionately affects elderly patrons. We know that indoor gatherings are particularly dangerous. So it almost feels as though the universe is conspiring against the art form right now. But actually what I realized is all the challenges we were facing before have just been accelerated. We knew we needed to diversify our customer base and attract a younger, more broad, representative community in San Jose. We knew that we had underinvested in digital programming and short length opera. And so harnessing this crisis as a catalyst for the work that was already underway has proven to be really, really mobilizing for our entire team and kept us focused during a time when a lot is changing.
Yeah, and I do hear that word accelerating quite a bit, that things that were in the works or people were planning have just exploded. And it's like, it's not a nice to do, it's we have to do it and we have to do it quickly. I know this is a major change in direction. So how do you encourage your team really to embrace that agile mindset?
Well, the first step is by being totally honest. We had a budget built on growing our ticket revenue. Now we really need to pivot and rely on our donors. So it is an entirely different strategy. It is owning that we are changing direction and that the people who had been given one set of objectives, we are now having to shift direction as a team. And once people understand the full picture and they are not siloed in their own department trying to meet their own individual metric, I find that the agility comes naturally because people are motivated to work for the whole.
Okay, so breaking down the silos, getting everybody together, and there's really two changes, changing to the new vision and then changing to COVID-19. So
just erring on the side of complete transparency with the board, with our donors, with the team, with patrons, owning what we don't know, being completely upfront about what we expect, and allowing them, having the faith in them to know that they can trust our brand and that they can trust that we are going to be careful with their business.
Great. So in terms of agility, agile leaders also foster this sense of urgency. So how has that impacted decision-making at the opera?
The urgency is being manufactured for us in this moment. And I am trying to ride the wave as best I can. It's really starting with us with governance. There was a lot about our board structure that was bottlenecking changes, pivots as an organization. We don't have time for that anymore. We need a more nimble executive committee that can meet for 15 minutes every other day as needed. We don't need to schedule annual board calendar that's 18 months in advance. We don't need to be casting people for the 2023 season. We need to look between now and the end of the year, between now and the end of the quarter, and make a plan that makes sense in that moment. And it's actually very exciting because this more maverick style is more in the wheelhouse of creative people. It gets our juices flowing and the best ideas are spontaneous, and we have the agility now to act on them immediately because we aren't locked into our usual rhythm in the opera house.
So actually it's meeting the needs of your employees, the performers. It sounds more aligned with what they want to do.
Artists first. That's absolutely right. Artists first, because we know that without them, we won't have a future when this pandemic has passed.
Yeah. Yep, same with all businesses and all employees. So good point. And finally, as we wrap up, what advice would you give other leaders, really in any sector, on the importance of agility as they look towards the future?
I'm really not in a position to hand out advice, being so new in my position, but what I have found is that my instincts are better than I would have thought. And trusting those instincts about the direction of our industry has proven successful for me. I think that we need to understand that there isn't a rule book for this moment in time. So there isn't a degree or a training manual or a certification that's going to equip anyone, and that can be empowering. You know, what I think is best for my business is what we're going to do, and we're going to do it with confidence and optimism.
Great. Well, Corey, I really thank you for joining us and sharing your insights. I think they really are applicable across other industries that, you're being bold, you're a pioneer, you're being flexible and agile as you have detours along the journey, you're still pressing forward and still generating these great ideas. So we wish you all the best, and we're looking forward to seeing.
We appreciate DHR including the arts in the conversation. We think we're an essential business, and we're looking forward to the future.
Definitely are. All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Take care.